All right, welcome back to Chat Room. I'm with my co-host John, and I'm Michael. And today we're discussing, we're reacting to a Ramsey video. Can we still afford to buy a house with just two renters? It's a good question that is often on our mind. So
Probably
let's
not.
see what they say.
Let's go to Alyssa now in Sacramento, California. Alyssa, how can we help?
Hi there. My name is Alyssa. Thanks for having me on the show.
You
Just
bet.
wanted to ask you a question regarding my husband and I. We just found out that we're 8 weeks pregnant with our first child.
Yay!
Yeah, it's unexpected, but it's a joyful blessing. I wanted to see if our goal was to purchase a house. Wanted to see if we could still do that while preparing for a baby financially, as well as living on one income potentially.
Okay,
Good
so where are
question.
you guys at financially? Do you have any debt?
No debt.
Do you have an
And
emergency
we have
fund?
6 months saved.
Awesome.
Yep, 6
What
months.
about down
Mhm.
payment?
Down payment, I have $500.
$500?
So basically, we put it $500 because we put it on hold while my husband finishes student teaching, where he's teaching full time for free to get his credential, which he should have at the end of June.
Okay. So what is the goal for down payment and house purchase?
So our goal was to because we think that we could do fine with a 3-month emergency fund because we never use it. We plan to build up 6 months, which we did. Then basically get through this period without using our emergency fund, which we've done by living frugally, and then take 3 months of our emergency fund and make it actually into a down payment fund. Add it to the down payment fund and just have a 3-month emergency.
Not a terrible plan. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
curious.
just a cold killer with taking the emergency fund, man. That's your peace. That's your, like Dave Ramsey says, that's your blood pressure drop. That's everything. And having a kid, you know, I don't want to. They're not bad people, but this is going to make me seem like I'm saying they're bad people. But when you're having a kid, the last thing you want to do is trade off 3 months of providing for your child for a piece of real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to say they're bad or anything or talk down, but you don't know what's coming with the kid. You know what I mean? I tell people that you have no idea. It could go smooth. It could just go like you planned, you know, and then but things don't happen like that, you know. Maybe not budgeting formula into the budget, and because you thought you're going to breastfeed, and maybe you're not able to, so now you're spending $150 a month on, you know what I mean? So like, there's things that can happen, and that's just one example. As a new father, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something obviously you're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And my question too would be, houses often lock you down to a location. If if her husband is going through like this training right now,
right?
I don't know if it's one of those things where he's gonna go through it and then he's gonna get a job there, or if he's gonna have to look for a job elsewhere. And if it's elsewhere and he just bought a house here, I mean, obviously you could possibly sell it. But yeah, my logic would be almost maybe see where you're going to end up in a few months too.
Right. Yeah.
Because who knows? But yeah, I mean, your points are very good too. And I'm curious, like, honestly, again, I've just never been in a place where I could do a house, like purchase. So I don't even know like what a good amount to have as a down payment. So I don't know, like, I guess
about 10,000 if you're trying to do the 3% on the average house, right? Roughly, people are gonna be like, "No, I paid 12." I mean, obviously 3% goes up if you buy $1 million home, but the average 250, 300, $1,000 home is roughly into. I mean, just do the math, 300.
Yeah.
3%,
Well, then I imagine, like, I don't know what their emergency fund would be, but like 10,000 to me sounds like it'll be more than a 3 months. So it sounds like she might not reach that either. So maybe there would be an opportunity to build more.
And I'm not so confident in building the 3 month backup if they only have $500 in the journey to the down payment.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does sound like it's, again, one income. So maybe that'll change. But yeah, there's a lot of questions until that does. So we'll see if they get any more information out of her, because I'm curious, some additional details.
Right.
Fund, and then that would give us $8,000.
Now you're in
in
California. I assume this house is going to be very expensive.
So if we had, I don't know if you guys, I hear sometimes you guys allow people to do like 5 to 10% down on their first house. So 20,000 would be 5% down. And so if I'm doing like side jobs or something.
What's your
like
household income with that one income?
They don't know.
With the one income, it's probably going to be 55 grand a year.
This is a
Probably.
nightmare looking for a place to happen.
Okay.
How
Wait,
much is
stop,
this?
Michael?
Okay, yeah.
They
Sorry,
probably might make the payment. They probably will have a great journey and no not contemplation or any difficulties with birth. They probably will get to go home in 2 days after the hospital and not have to miss paychecks from work. They will probably, I mean, you can go on in days. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, it sounds like their skepticism's meeting yours too.
Yeah.
Because they're also like, wow, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare waiting to happen. That's not mincing words.
They probably get the job, you know. They probably make 55,000.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was just so much less confidence the moment she started talking about like how much money would go into it, and then I didn't even remember the Sacramento part. Sacramento is better than like San Francisco as far as costs, but yeah, it's not necessarily like the best housing market still. So,
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we were thinking of getting a duplex where we could, that was our goal before the baby.
No.
And so,
You're going to be a landlord with a newborn with your neighbor next door knocking when the HVAC goes out?
yeah.
I think we're trying to justify the home purchase in California, and the numbers just don't make sense. So here's what I'll tell you. I would focus on continuing to save the down payment. Let's have the baby. Let's see where we're at financially. The 5 to 10% is accurate, but it needs to be a quarter of your take-home pay or less on a 15-year fixed. And I'm guessing that changes the numbers drastically.
Okay.
And we'll need to find a California that's more affordable with more down payment just to make this work.
And renting is not a bad thing to do, especially in this season of your life with a little one coming in. You guys, this is a fun new chapter. Let's adjust to that. As George said, keep saving. You guys are not going backwards by renting. Just be smart. Take your time.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do kind of wonder how often people probably watch these and do think like, don't rent, don't rent, don't rent. Mm-hmm. So it's because it's not often we hear them say like, it's all right, you can be a renter. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a good reminder. I mean, for some of us, that's not just a phase of life; it's what we got to do anyways.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I always tell people, you know, as a renter, yes, it sucks to pay, you know, $1,000, $1,500, whatever, you know, $2,000, what rent's going for nowadays. But, you know, whether you're living paycheck to paycheck or whether you're just throwing money away, there's a lot of things people forget about buying a house. And I've watched a couple friends, you know, buy a house, and I've just seen a lot of videos talking about the horror stories of buying a house. And, you know, if your HVAC unit goes out and you're renting a little duplex or apartment for like $1,200 a month, the maintenance man has to come fix it. And there's no additional charges to that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
most
hopefully
people
they don't
don't
raise
know
your rent over time, but yeah.
Right. And you know, people get home inspections and all this stuff, and that's all good and everything. But like, do you know what the HVAC unit or any of those units, or not the fridge, but like just anything of what your house is actually like worth to fix it? Yeah. Because some of them have two. You know what I mean? So you might have to buy two of them.
Yeah.
Bigger houses have two.
That's true. A lot of expenses as a homeowner, people just kind of brush under the rug and they're like, it's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I'm happy for them. Glad they're having a baby. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very exciting.
And they seem to be doing great. That's why I'm kind of getting a little like angered about it, because it's like they're doing fine. Like he's finishing up. He's about to probably get a job. But like, you know, they're debt free, and like that's huge going into birth. Like, why would you want to mess that up so quickly and so just out of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably just that feeling where they're like, oh, we always imagined we'd have a kid when we had a home. We'd be more stable, because they said the kid was a little unexpected. And it's like, well, don't throw more surprises in your life necessarily.
Yeah.
You can plan the rest of your life a little better. Life will throw enough surprises your way as it is. Yeah, don't let a new HVAC unit be one of them.
Yeah, go rent an Airbnb house and then make sure you read the description how you have to clean it before you leave and everything, and get the fever out a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But yeah. Well, let us know, as always, your thoughts on this, and like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video. We're out.